School Board Meeting, June 16th, 2025. Verification of meeting posted. This meeting was posted in accordance with all open meeting laws in the state of Wisconsin. Attendance roll call.
Chris? Here.
Here.
Terry?
Here.
Here. Lori?
Here.
Kevin? Here. Tracy?
Here.
Everybody's here?
All right, if everybody would stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And moving on to 1E, motion to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Right, recognitions. Wasbo Facility Manager Certification Program.
Thank you. So just a little bit delayed in bringing up my agenda here.
That closed down the baseball game first.
I know, Warriors did win 7-2. I was just up in Appleton, it's now my computer's not cooperating.
Take your time. It's all good.
All right, so our first recognition is we are honored to recognize 3 wonderful professionals who have completed the Wasbo Facilities Manager Certification Program. And before we recognize you, I would also like to say, yes, this certification is incredible because it's an example of your continued professionalism and desire to grow in the way you serve our community. But having had the privilege of being in your buildings throughout this past year, in addition to our buildings look incredibly great, the thing that inspired me most about the work you do is how every single time I was in a building, I saw you interacting with our students. The way you interact with our kids and the way each and every one of you knows the kids in your building, and they seek you out and they high five you and they fist bump you at the promotion ceremonies. Your care for the kids when you show up to the different celebration events. This to me exemplifies what it means to be a part of the One Warrior team where yes, you do an incredibly important job, but you do it with a genuine care for our students and our staff. So huge shout out to that as well. But if you wouldn't mind, if you would come forward so we can read the certificate for you.
For those wondering, it's almost a 2-year curriculum where they've attended several in-person classes to get the certification that covers everything under the sun, from HVAC to leadership to HR. And a lot of districts are lucky to have one person certified, and we're fortunate that all of our facilities have a certified facility manager.
All right, I'm going to read through one certificate and then I'll just. The Muskegon Norway School Board presents this certificate in grateful recognition of Muskegon Lakes Middle School's Building Operations Supervisor Ryan Anderson for the successful completion of the Wisconsin Association of School Business Officials Facility Manager Certificate Program. Elementary School's Business Operations Supervisor Myra Bartel. And Mill Valley Elementary School Buildings Operations Supervisor Andy Bentley.
Quick folder.
Oh, get it way far back. What?
Thank you very much, guys.
We have a little bit shorter celebration this month, but next month we might have quite a few with our soccer team, our baseball team, and we will be celebrating a individual state champion from track and field in July. So
We'll
we'll
have
buckle
to
up.
move that.
You didn't do it, I was gonna say, that's what
All right, now it's time for public comment. If anyone has signed up, no one has signed up, but that would be the time where people want to talk about what's on our agenda. You would have the opportunity at that time. Okay, since no one signed up, we'll move on to number 4, consent agenda. Motion to approve consent agenda.
So moved.
Any discussion, or is there anything anyone wants to have removed for individual consideration? Nothing? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Student representation.
Well, I would first like to give a huge shout out to Ms. Bella Dean, who is not able to be with us today. She served incredibly well throughout the entire year, and I believe she's competing, or was she at the?
She is at banquet. Yeah, she's at the banquet
track and
tonight.
field banquet, so. But we are excited to have Ms. Oliva, who will be our student representative next year, who I've had the privilege of knowing a bit the past 3 years, and I know she will do incredible work as well, 2 years this year.
Yeah, thank you. Like he said, I'm Gianna Oliva, and I'm going to be the student representative next year, but Bella couldn't make it tonight, so I'm stepping in. I'll kind of wait to do more like an introduction for my first actual meeting, but I'm just going to read Bella's notes tonight. At the high school, boys baseball made it to the state tournament today and tomorrow in Appleton, and they won. It's a very special sectional game for them, as lots of classes got to show up and support them during their home game at the sectionals, since it was during the school day. The state qualifiers for track competed at the state tournament at the beginning of June. Standing on top was Ella Anschutz, winning the 2-mile. Continuing with sports, girls soccer made it to the state tournament this upcoming weekend, and they're hoping to win state for the 4th time in a row. The class of 2025 graduated yesterday, and it was a bittersweet ceremony with exceptional speakers and high emotions of the excitement of going to the next chapter. Their class will be missed greatly. The cast of Mamma Mia attended the Jerry Awards in Madison in early June, and they won the award for Best Musical Performance, and we are so proud of our cast and crew. At the middle school, the 8th grade graduation took place on Thursday, and the 8th grade students from both middle schools are excited and anxious to join high school in the fall. Elementary schools, the students from all elementary schools got to participate in their own field days for the past couple of weeks. The students had a blast doing competitions and team building activities to end off the school year. Incoming kindergartners had a signing day where they signed a contract to whatever elementary school they'd be attending in the fall, and the 4th graders had their promotion ceremonies. And then I have a little note from Bella that she wrote. She said, "Although I could not be here tonight, I would like to say thank you to everyone on the board for making this such a welcoming environment. I will miss your school board rep, and I just know Gianna will do the best job ever." Which is kind of awkward reading, but that's what she said. And then I actually have to scurry on out of here, but I'm so excited for next year.
Thank you for stepping up for next year and stepping in for tonight. We look
yes.
forward to getting to know you.
Thanks, you. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you too.
All right, superintendent report.
All right, well, a couple of just little fun things first. The little crab you have in front of you, this is from our robotics team. It's designed and 3D printed those as just a little token of gratitude for the opportunity they had to be recognized by you. It really means a lot to them. That's where I appreciate the board's time and the opportunity to celebrate the different things our students do. It really does mean a lot to them when they have those opportunities like this. It's great stuff. And then the cookie is just a little token of gratitude from our leadership team for navigating a lot of changes on the leadership team throughout this year. So a little sugary treat as we end June and get into the next year.
That should help.
Yeah. And then just another thank you for those board members who were able to be present yesterday at graduation. I know I'm biased, I just think that is the most incredible event. And people often say, let's just because summer starts. It's absolutely not it. The moment in time that sometimes hits young adults' hearts as they start to reflect on what this journey has meant to them, and the number of times where they actually open up and say things to the people around them that they otherwise don't do. Things like, oh my gosh, thank you, you were an incredible 3rd grade teacher, or thank you to a coach, or something like that. They start to really reflect on what this journey has meant to them, and the flood of emotions that comes out of the last 2 weeks of the school year truly is impressive to come from 17 and 18-year-old hearts. So it's just really special when you see that transition, and your participation in that is obviously just incredible, and it's fun to watch families who are a part of that and how it means just a little something extra special that you give all of that to our community. The one recognition I have is we were grateful to have Jeremiah and Ms. Kelly presenting at a conference recently. I know I'm very biased, but I believe the leadership team we have truly does lead the way in many different things. As I mentioned about those transitions internally within our organization, one of the things that they've helped others be prepared for is how do you create transition plans and how do you help your organization develop internal leaders? I think there are two people who've done an incredible job mentoring lots of folks within our organization, including myself. The three folks who were recognized at the beginning are a direct result of a program that Mr. Johnson has helped develop. So again, it's one thing to have a great system of your own, but to me it's a whole other thing when you take your time and your energy and your passion and you go out there and you help other systems try to improve as well. So thanks for your investment in that. You truly represent our entire district in an incredibly great way. So thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes the superintendent's report.
All right, other reports. Present report, just to thank Robin. This is her last official meeting in this capacity. And she's going to be moving on to her next role as principal at Bay Lane. So excited to see that. And I'm assuming this is your last meeting in this capacity. So Courtney,
You got a new
thank you for
roommate.
all you've done. I'm glad that you're staying with us, but I know that we've all enjoyed working with you in any capacity that you have served here, and it's going to be, different, but you guys always do such a good job, so we'll be okay. But we know we can always call upon you, so thank you for all that you've done for us in your current roles, and look forward to your next roles with you. And graduation was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. The setting up of everything, it was just all the planning and from so many different people, and it's just such an amazing executed program that we put on, and loved being part of it. Was grateful to have some fellow board members navigating through all of the different people that people wanted to hand diplomas to, so that worked out well. I think, well, except all the diplomas they knocked off the table 3 times, but.
I know she was first to me. Can you pick those up? I'm like, oh God.
Get the diplomas on the table. So I didn't know if we were gonna have just enough on there or extra.
I didn't even. We took care of it.
I'm completely human.
My foot noticed it
Yeah.
very much.
I'm sorry, that was the second one I did on your foot.
I've seen you limping all day.
Not sure why my hand was not reaching them properly, but, yeah. But it was a wonderful, wonderful day. I did get sunburn, I'm sure everybody else did too.
On that big gown.
Yeah, except for those So other board member reports. Because Brett is no longer the representative on WASB, he won't be he isn't here to give that specific report. I don't know that even as the WASB rep that I'll have that much of a detailed report, but I will try to put something together as I think I appointed myself, I'm pretty sure I did. I'll try to put something together that will get in there somehow. So anyway, so we start with board member reports. So Chris, do you have anything?
Graduation was a lot of fun yesterday. My face still hurts, my foot still hurts, but I'm okay. But thank you, it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed every second of it.
Bob?
Same.
Jason?
Nothing.
Lauren's saying graduation was fun, but I also want to specifically thank Courtney and Robin because you guys were very instrumental with me on curriculum. So I learned a ton from you guys, and I still am just amazed at the knowledge that flows from you guys. So I know Anita's going to do great, and our next person is she'll mentor, but I really been a pleasure to work with you. And also, like I said, Robin, to have you on that committee, that always a smiley face and words of encouragement no matter what.
So
So,
sparkling?
yeah, sparkle.
Got my shoes on.
Kevin?
Yeah, so we just had our board elections at the CISA, and I'm on for vice president again, so that was nice to see. To have them honor me in that way. And they are kind of looking at how they want to distribute information to people. They have a huge marketing thing, their website's gonna be changing and stuff. So it may not be that I do it at board meetings, it may just be an email that comes to you guys, so I'm waiting for them to give us the update.
committee reports. Educational Services Committee report.
As printed in the agenda, plus we have a few motions coming forward and on the resolutions.
You guys have been very, very busy with a lot of things that are on our agenda tonight for approval. So thank you for everyone. There's multiple meetings on most of that, where it was discussed at length and sent back for details and everything else. So it was fantastic work. No policy committee report, right? And then business services, student experience, legislative advocacy committee report. We could come up with an acronym.
Maybe. Put that on the agenda too. So, number of things coming forward for approval. Passed through committee earlier tonight. We also approved joining a letter for further clarification from the Department of Education on Title VI related topic. And there are a couple of other contract renewals that came up for operational services we discussed. Otherwise, everything else is in approvals. So.
Thank you. Okay, thank you again to all my committee people. There's a lot of work, extra meetings, and a lot of work outside of meetings, so I really appreciate all the work going into those. I do want to say, just on a side note, I was a little disheartened to see a comment on a Facebook post that kind of downplayed the idea that school boards use committees, and I'm just going to go on the record here and say we initiated our committees back to slow the system down, to provide more opportunity for input, for public input, and more input from board members, because we can control that committee flow, we can control the time, versus at a board meeting where we have an onslaught of information and we can only allow public comment for 3 minutes. Committee reports or committee meetings allow ample amount of time, and if things don't go well at that meeting, we can do another meeting. So it was very disheartening to see that played off in social media as if it was a negative thing, because committees work extremely hard and a lot of work goes into them, and they are open to the public, open for conversation, much more than a formal board meeting. So I just wanted to go on the record and say that. So that's all. We're going to move on to number 9, resolution action items. Yeah, it's okay. MNS Comprehensive School Counseling Program.
Motion to approve the MNS Comprehensive School Counseling Program Manual as presented. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Now, mind you, this has gone through committee and was at committee discussion for several meetings, and also brought to a parent advisory group, right? It did go through that as well. So this has been out there for a while.
And I would use this as a primary example of why committees are so important, because you get the insight of the experts on one side, along with how will public perceive this from the more lay people, as far as not in education, some of us are, but just in general, it's really good to be able to have the minds come together and have these discussions, get input from the community, and massage it and get it to where everybody feels that all stakeholders can understand it, can utilize it, and most importantly, benefit our kids. And that happened through a committee process. So I just kind of bolster that. Again, be grateful for the people that we have that have been involved with that.
Frankly, for those of us not in the committee, it gives us confidence that it's been thoroughly vetted. Right. And we trust each other, and I think that's, yeah.
I mean, there
this
is a
our
lot of
first,
trust.
like, comprehensive plan, so I mean, we can always go back to the table and look at it and make sure we get it at a place where it's perfect for the district.
Yeah.
So,
And I think our board works well together. We definitely have different perspectives. We offer those perspectives in those committee meetings, and that's where those conversations happen. And to be able to designate certain people to discuss different things, and my opportunity to appoint certain people to lead those groups and put certain people on certain committees and their strengths, and that's why they are the way they are, is the strengths of the committee. And the trust in each other is imperative, and I think we have that on our board. We're very lucky because a lot of boards do not, so. All right, any other discussion on that? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes. MNS library plan.
Motion to approve the MNS library plan as presented.
Second.
All in favor, say, oh, sorry, discussion?
Again, there was a lot of good discussion between multiple stakeholders that enhanced the plan and also offered to the library staff our open invitation for whatever we could do to support them in accomplishing what their vision and goals were, so it was a good dialogue.
Excellent. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Resolution authorizing and approving property schedule number 2. Sorry, this one is difficult, I don't know why. Make it bigger. To the master tax exempt lease purchase agreement with Providence Capital Network LLC.
Motion to approve resolution authorizing and approving property schedule number 2 to the master tax exempt lease purchase agreement with Providence Capital Network LLC.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Additional open enrollment seats.
Motion to approve the additional open enrollment seats as presented.
Second.
Any discussion?
Oh, just a question. Do we ever turn people away? Like, if we ever, yes, we have. Is it, so I think I asked this many years ago, but if somebody's offered a seat and they decline, is there ever time to go back, or is it really for reality's sake too late? For somebody else, right?
We have a waiting list, and we usually have students at all levels. Sometimes not always, like third grade, sometimes it's rough to fill. But if somebody declines, we immediately offer to the next person.
But have they been, realistically, have we been taken up on that, or have they already made their decision to go? Oh, they, okay, just want to make sure. So we're filling that.
We are. I think it's harder if it's like August 30th for
Yeah.
somebody declines, but I think for the most part, there are people that are waiting and willing to jump in a second.
Okay,
So those extra spots will probably get filled by the end of the year, or beginning of the school year.
they're being filled.
The additional seats,
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
There are people on this waiting for all of those seats.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 2025-26 insurance renewal.
Motion to approve the 2025-26 insurance renewal as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 2025 to 2030 strategic plan, lots of work went into that.
Motion to approve the 2025-2030 strategic plan as presented. Who
You
seconded?
just keep going, unless you want to second it.
You go ahead, Bob.
Second.
Discussion. Thank you to everyone who was involved in that. Staff worked very, very hard and took all of the suggestions the board gave back to them and worked them into the final plan, and it looks wonderful. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. WIAA contract renewal.
Sorry for a second.
It's okay.
Went off the page. Motion to approve the WIA contract renewal as presented. Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. HVAC contract.
Motion to approve the Illingworth, motion to approve Illingworth to provide HVAC preventative maintenance for the district for the 2025-26 school year. So moved.
Discussion.
Who's the second?
No one's.
I'll second.
Wait, Chris, get in there somewhere.
Discussion.
It's fine.
Sorry, I jumped in on you. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Employee handbook changes.
Motion to approve the employee handbook changes with edits as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking all of our input back and making it nice. Nice and simple. Very much appreciated. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Tahar Food Service.
Nope, nope.
Oh,
Student.
sorry. Sorry. Student family handbooks.
Motion to approve the 2025-26 student family handbooks as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
This, not to be a dead horse, but this also was one that we went through multiple iterations in committee to get it right. So,
I appreciate
Pile
all of
onto
the
that.
input.
and Robin's patience. So, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, on that. That was good. Thank you for calling me back on that. I am really struggling seeing. All right. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Now, Tahar Food Service renewal contract.
Motion to approve the 2025-26 food service year one amendment with Tahar, as well as the joint agreements with St. Leonard's and Washington Caldwell as presented.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 2025-26 student fees.
Motion to approve the 2025-26 student fees as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Gifts, grants, and bequests.
Motion to approve with thanks the following donations as presented. Muskego High School Girls Soccer, $119 from Muskego Warriors Soccer Booster Club for 1 month renewal of VO video system. For Muskego High School bands, $1,675.60 from MHS Music Makers to purchase music stands. Muskego High School Student Council, $500 from Impro for prom expenses. Muskego High School Robotics, $2,500 from Crohn's Inc., $500 from Essential Industries, $2,000 from Impro, $300 from Tri-Town Heating, $2,750 from Gene Haas Foundation, $2,800 from PPG via Blackwell Giving, matching donations from Carrie Maupin. Bay Lane Elementary, $2,000 from the American Heart Association through the Kids Heart Challenge, and $102 from Comco Workplace Giving Campaign managed by Front Stream, matching donation from Patrick Quinn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. That was the longest list ever.
A lot of work getting done.
Discussion items, we have none. You will find information, follow-up, your monthly financial reporting there, and other, the list of support staff, co-curricular hires, resignations, and retirements. You will find that. And we are to number 12, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. We are adjourned.